Islanders, today is our lucky day. We get to discuss one of our favorite topics in cruising, new cruise ships. Carnival Corporation is set to ink a deal with Italian shipbuilder Fincantieri, which will bring new ships to many of its cruise brands. We will share the details with you on the show today, even though some people are saying there's too many ships already out there. There are more coming. We're going to tell you how many ships are coming in the years ahead. We're also asking this question. Are we spending too much money on board? Cruise lines report how much money you and I are spending per passenger per day on board. We will share those numbers with you and see if you and I are kind of fall along the average, or do we spend more money than the average person, less money than the average person? We're going to talk about that, plus a cruise shortage. Are there too many cruise ships? Are there too many passengers? Can cruise lines continue to find crew members to work on these cruise ships to take care of you and I? We have a lot to talk about on the show today. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. A big happy Friday to all you Islanders. We hope that you're having a great day. You may be watching us on Saturday and Sunday, and that is okay as well. Welcome to Island Time. I am Derek, your host. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together as we get caught up on everything going on in the cruise world, and there is a lot. Welcome back to so many of you who watch us every single day. We do have a lot of people, though, the last several weeks that are new to the channel. We thank you for being here. We thank you for your engagement. We invite you to subscribe and to ring that bell to receive notifications when we upload content, which is all the time. We're jumping in head first into the cruise news today, talking about Carnival Corporation and also talking about Italian shipbuilder Fincantieri. They're close. They're close to picking up the pen, picking up the marker, signing the contract, passing over some money and passing over some cruise ships. There's reporting out there that the two parties are very close to signing a contract that will bring new cruise ships to multiple cruise brands for Carnival Corporation. That's the corporation that owns Carnival Cruise Line, Princess Cruises, AIDA, P&O, Holland America, and many others. Carnival Corporation is excited about this. They're saying that the first ship in this deal could be delivered in 2029. This deal is good for ships going to Carnival Cruise Line, AIDA Cruises, and Costa Cruises. You'll probably remember that Costa lost some ships from its fleet during the pandemic. Carnival Cruise Line took over the Venezia, the Firenze, the Luminosa, so Costa may need some ships as they continue to build up their operations post-pandemic. All of these ships, there's going to be at least 6 that are part of this deal, and maybe an additional 2 more, so 8 ships. All of them will be over 150,000 gross tons. Those are big ships. Those are ships that a lot of us like to travel on. The first is set to be delivered in 2029. It takes some time, of course, to build these ships, to make sure that you have the plans ready and to get all the materials to build them. The price tag on this deal is $8.7 billion, almost $9 billion that Carnival Corporation is set to spend on new cruise ships for you and I to enjoy. And that is the holdup right now. Financing is being finalized. Can you imagine doing the paperwork? Can you imagine the collateral that you have to put up? Can you imagine all the interview process, the checks, the balances? Some of you guys work in the finance world. You know how this works. But when you go to a bank, when you go to an investing company and you say, hey, I need to borrow almost $9 billion, all the ducks, the cruise ducks that have to be in a row so that you can borrow the $8.7 billion to build these ships, knowing that as long as things continue the way that they have been going, you're going to get your money back, Mr. and Miss Financial Institution. We're excited about this news. Of course, we love new cruise ships. Amanda and I have cruised on the new Carnival Jubilee. We've cruised on Norwegian's newest ships as well, the Prima, the Viva. We've cruised on the Icon of the Seas. We just got off the Sun Princess. It's safe to say we love new cruise ships, but some people say there's too many. There's too many cruise ships out there. Every time I go to a cruise port and I visit one of my favorite ports in the Caribbean, the Bahamas, or in Europe, there's cruise ships everywhere, which means there's thousands of passengers everywhere. They say it's too much. I don't think so. I'm not one of those people. Keep on building the ships. You build it, they will come, right? What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you excited when you hear this news of companies building new cruise ships? You may go on them, you may not go on them. It still excites you a little bit, right? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below as we move on to cruise news story number 2, which again deals with the question, is this too much? Are we spending too much money while we're on board? All of the major cruise lines have shared in their earnings reports that passengers like you and I continue to spend money on board at a higher rate than ever before. Of course, they love this idea. A lot of times they're talking to their shareholders on these quarterly meetings, earnings meetings. Say, guys, you won't believe what they spent this month. Every single day they're spending X amount of dollars. And it does seem like we're spending more and more money on board, especially post-pandemic than we did pre-pandemic. Could it be that maybe we got a new outlook on life? Maybe we think, you know what, we didn't buy that before, but you only live one time. You only cruise a couple of times a year. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to splurge. I'm going to keep working to buy these things that maybe I didn't buy before. Let me share some data and statistics from major cruise lines on what exactly we're spending on board Norwegian Cruise Line, which is surprising to me because Norwegian has a free at sea bundled package where you can bundle your alcohol package, your shore excursion credit, your drinks, your Wi-Fi into this package. But Norwegian, for some reason, continues to see people spend more money than almost any cruise line on board. $126.85 is what the average passenger is spending every day. $126.85. You're looking at $887.95 on a 7-day cruise, almost spending $900 per person per day. That's a lot of money. That's looking at going into the shops and buying something, going to the spa, going to the casino, buying drinks if you don't have the drink package, spending money any way you can. That is a lot of money. Royal Caribbean came in second. They have reported that passengers are spending $92.44 per passenger per day. So almost a $100 bill per person per day is quite a bit. Carnival Cruise Line also reported that the average passenger is spending $83.41 per passenger per day. It seems like we are spending more money on board. Some of that is because of the decisions that we're making. We buy more things. We splurge on the alcohol package. We splurge on going to the spa and things like that. But some of it is not our fault. It's not. Cruise lines continue to build cruise ships that have more attractions, more features than ever. And some of these features, they cost $10 here, $15 there. You want to ride boat on Mardi Gras Celebration Jubilee? You're paying a $15 bill to ride boat. You want to play Deal or No Deal? You're paying some money. We want to play bingo? That price has gone up. You want the internet? You want coffee? Pay, pay, pay. Specialty dining? Pay. Excursions? Pay. Internet? Pay. There's more things than ever to spend your money on, and these ships are being built with more activities and more things that you get on there, and you're like, I might as well spend $20 more. I'm on this beautiful ship. So you do it. Is it necessarily our fault? I don't know. Maybe it is. We make the final decision, but they make it easy to do so. I will also point out it's not always our fault because cruise lines continue to increase prices on things like specialty dining and internet and water and everything else. So we may be buying some of the same items that we have purchased for years and years while we cruise, but cruise lines now are charging much more for these things than they used to, which means that we're spending more money per passenger per day. I will be the first to admit, we haven't slowed down our spending at all. For some people, it means that you have to cruise less, that you maybe splurge on 2 cruises per year, but you can't take a third anymore. If you want to take 2 cruises where you buy the drink package, where you buy the internet, where you go to 2 specialty dining restaurants. And some people are okay with that. I'll go on 2 cruises, I'll have fun, I'll spend money on things that I want to do and not go on that 3rd cruise. And some people will say, you know what, I'm gonna cruise 3 times a year, but I know too that I can't spend money the way that I want to spend money. It's an interesting concept going back and forth. Let me ask you, Islanders, are you spending about this much money? $126 for Norwegian, $83, $84 for Carnival. Are you spending that much money per person per day? Let us know in the comment section below kind of what you spend your money on. Are these norms for you, or are you able to get on a cruise ship and almost spend no money and still have a great experience? I'm sure we're going to see a different spectrum of people. I can't wait to see what you say in the comment section below as we get to our third story here. Is it too much? Are cruise ships and cruise lines needing staff that they cannot find? So many of us have cruised recently, and the feedback that Amanda and I get quite a bit from cruisers and clients that book their travel through us is we had a great experience, but it just seemed like the cruise ship wasn't as staffed as it needed to be. Or I remember cruise ships having more workers. It was hard to get a drink. No one was walking around taking drink orders. I had to get up and go to the bar. We hear those things all the time. And I will share that cruise lines have shared post-pandemic that they've had issues building up their staff and making sure that when 2 or 3 people go home, there are 2 or 3 people to get on board to take their place. There may be fluctuations from week to week. But this is no new issue. Cruise lines have battled this for a while, and it may get worse. These cruise ships are beautiful. The amenities and offerings are awesome. But really what makes the experience are staff members of cruise ships providing that experience, making sure that things are being cooked in a timely manner, making sure that your drinks are brought in a timely manner, making sure that someone's around. If I have a question, I can ask a crew member a question, making sure we don't wait in lines, waiting at the buffet, waiting at the coffee shop for 30 minutes. That's what makes our cruise. And cruise lines are going to be looking for a lot more staff members in the immediate future because of the number of cruise ships that are being built. We just talked about the Carnival Corporation order that is almost imminent. We're waiting on the financing. But there's other cruise ships as well being built. Listen to this. We're going to need more staff members in 2025 alone, but especially as we get to the next decade. Wait until you hear some of these numbers. There are 15 new cruise ships that are entering service in 2025 alone. 15 new cruise ships, which is going to require about 20,000 new crew members to work on these 15 new cruise ships. Some of them large cruise ships, some of them small cruise ships. 20,000 people is a lot of people. Cruise lines have to get out there and they have to work with recruiting agencies. They have to train these new hires on here's who our company is, here's our expectations, here's your job role and your duty, here's where you're going to work. The logistics of onboarding crew members are unbelievable. But listen to this number. Cruise Industry News is reporting that over 75,000 crew members are going to be needed through 2036. That's a big number. 75,000 crew members. That's great for the global economy, is it not? But Cruise Industry News is also reporting that there's set to be 62 new cruise ships between now and 2036. We're excited about that. Don't get me wrong. 62 new cruise ships. Norwegian Cruise Line is leading the way in how many crew members it needs to add to train and to grow and foster and develop for their ships. 16,000 crew members is what Norwegian's going to need from here until 2036. MSC needs 11,000. Carnival Corporation, 10,500. Royal Caribbean, 9,000 crew members. And those numbers could grow depending on the new ship orders that we're seeing. But hopefully cruise lines continue to figure this out. I think they will. I think it's better now than it has been the last couple of years. And cruise lines know that they need these additional members. And we all know that they are marketing. They are working with agencies and countries across the world, mostly Eastern Europe and Asia, to recruit people to, hey, give us a shot. Come work a contract with us. Come see the world. And maybe they'll get these crew members that are there for a decade, 20 or 30 years. I know Amanda and I have cruised with crew members that have worked with some companies for 20 plus years. And we're excited when we get on a ship and we see a familiar face. It's like a family reunion. We're excited about the new ships. We're not as excited to spend as much money as what we do on board new ships, but we will do it. It's part of the experience. And we're excited to see how cruise lines work to tackle issues like this, needing help, needing workers. We know, though, that they will do it. Islanders, that is the cruise news for today. We hope that you enjoyed it. We gave you a lot out there. Did we give you too much? I don't know. We can't wait to see your responses, your questions, your comments in the comment section below. Of course, we'll see you on our Facebook page. We'll be live Sunday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Of course, we'll see you then as well. We'll see you all weekend right here on Island Time.